So you've been using DevaCurl products and your hair's falling out, or your scalp's irritated, or it's bleeding, or it's flaking, or whatever allegedly, and you've been doing exactly what everybody online has been telling you to do for the last several years and use DevaCurl products and using them the way that they tell you, and now those same people online are screaming for you to stop using them and to throw them all away. Well, that's all great, but the problem is that there's nobody out there telling you what to do to correct the problem, to fix it, or what to use. And I'm going to help you with that today. My name is Ken Nichols. I am the co-founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products. And no, before you even say it, I'm not here to sell you anything today. I'm here to help you fix your problem. I'm here to show you how to solve it. And yeah, I'm going to talk about some Raw Curls products, but it's really the content that I'm going to show you about how to correct this problem that's important. Now, I'm also going to show you a number of other things as far as I'm going to explain some things in detail about products and ingredients, and I need you to understand the why that this happened, because if you understand the why, then you'll do what I tell you, and it'll work a whole lot better. My wife and I are also the co-founders of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It's one of the top curly hair salons in the country. My wife is one of the top curl experts and color experts anywhere in the world. We are also the co-hosts of the award-winning Curly Hair Q&A show. The podcast version in 2019 won the award as the #2 podcast in the hair and beauty industry that you must listen to in 2019. So we know this industry really, really well. My wife, also Melanie Nichols, is the founder of the Raw Curls Academy, and she trains licensed hairstylists from all over the world how to cut and style curly hair. In addition to all that, I, for 16 years, owned a chemical and ingredient distribution company. And the chemicals and ingredients that are in tons of hair products in general were the type that I sold. So I understand the manufacturing and the process and curly hair products and ingredients probably more than anybody should, just because I'm in it. And we also know it from a standpoint of behind the chair, as far as from a stylist. We do at our salon probably about 6,000 curly hair services every single year. So we're really in this business. Not to mention, we do the podcast and the video show in the studio where we are right now. So let's get started. I'm going to give you a whole lot of detail. Some of the things I'm going to skip over just for the brevity of it and just to get the point across. So I don't need you making comments in the comment section below saying, you didn't talk about this. You did. I know. I understand. But I'm trying to make this simple so people can take immediate and actionable actions to get the fastest results. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we've got to start with is probably the most difficult. And I'm going to take a little bit more time explaining this because you need to understand this. Now, I've got some video links that I'm going to put in the description as well, so you can see some other explanations that I've done about this. And it could be a little bit lengthy, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to tighten it up and give you the basic understanding. Now, I'm going to assume that the majority of you understand what the Curly Girl method is and what Curly Girl friendly ingredients mean, and what water soluble ingredients mean. I'm going to just take those assumptions and I'm going to move forward in this that way. And if you don't understand any of those things, I'm going to put some video links in the description and you can look at those where I describe them and it'll make more sense. But here's a basic understanding. Now, what I want to take into account here is I'm not bashing DevaCurl products. I'm not. That's not my intent here. My intent here is to take the situation that's going on that I didn't have anything to do with, right? I didn't have anything to do with, but I'm going to explain what I believe probably is happening as far as the ingredients and how they're affecting your hair and how they're affecting your hair. I'm not saying it's the products in general. I'm talking in real general terms, and you can apply them however you want. So yeah, I know that sounds kind of convoluted, but you'll understand in a minute. So when it comes to hair products, there's curly girl friendly ingredients, or let's just say typical ingredients that are in the majority of curly hair products, right? Or hair products in general. And what you have is you have different grades of ingredients. Now, like I said, like I told you before, for 16 years, I owned a company that sold these types. So I understand this industry really, really well, and most people don't. So let's just take ingredient, let's just take any ingredient. I'm not even gonna name one, but let's just take an ingredient. You might take a bottle of something like this. This is the Raw Curls cleanser that I make, right? This is a natural and organic product. And you might take some type of extract ingredient or whatever on this label and look at it and say, oh, okay. And then look at something like this Aussie Curls, and you might look and see the same ingredients. So you might look at these and say, okay, these must be the same. And this one's $3 and this one's whatever, $40. I mean, they're different sizes, but let's just say this was, well, here. We'll do it this way. Let's just say it was, it was this size, that this one's $20 and this one's $3, but the ingredients on the labels look the same. So why would I buy this? I'll buy this. Okay. And in theory, you'd be right because the ingredients are the same. What you don't know as a consumer, and you'd have no way of knowing other than the price, which is literally how I figure it out for the most part as well, is that there's different grades of ingredients. Now, just to be real basic, there's things way on the high end that would be, for example, pharmaceutical grade or food grade, things that could be used in pharmaceutical drugs or to eat, right? And then you've got down here lower grades, which would be things like industrial type chemicals. Chemicals that it doesn't matter how pure they are because they're, stripping coatings off of steel or something, right? Doesn't matter, right? There's a big difference. Well, what you don't know as a consumer is that one of those ingredients that's listed in this expensive, product, is also listed on here. But this one, more than likely, has a lower grade, whatever that lower grade is. So if this has, like, I know the Raw Curls organic products has organic and, natural, really high quality food grade, certified organic ingredients in it. They're really expensive to make, but this one might be the same ingredient and be only 1/10 of the cost, but it's also got a lot of things like fillers in it and whatever. Now, there's going to be a link in the description to a video where I talk about the difference between low quality products and high quality products and why. Watch that video. It'll be a great explanation, but I'm going to summarize it here for you of what ends up happening. Those lower grade ingredients typically have a lot of what they call inert ingredients or filler ingredients. And a lot of people believe that, say, the said ingredient that's in here, and again, we're talking about DevaCurl products, but we're talking about products in general. They believe that they're water soluble or curly girl friendly, so they're going to rinse out and they're not going to leave, build up or whatever else. Not true. That's a fallacy. And I know it for a fact because A, I do it for a living. B, I've got a salon. Oh, and I've also got, what else we've got that I didn't tell you about? We've got at the salon, we have a $6,000 trichoscope. And what that does is it's like a microscope that we can look at people's scalps and we can look at their hair follicles and we can look at their, at their hair, and we can see when there's buildup, whether it's a lot of buildup or a little buildup, and we know from what people are using, we can tell what's building up, even if it's stuff that they tell us, or the companies tell us won't build up. So let me go back to this, to the lower quality ingredients. And like I said, I understand this is the most difficult part of the video, but you need to get this. So you might have a product like this that, even though it's showing the ingredient, you don't know the grade of it, but it can also be leaving residuals behind. So the ingredient itself may be rinsing out of your hair quote unquote water soluble, right? Or curly girl friendly. But the inert ingredients in the fillers are staying back and they're not rinsing out. And they're sticking to your hair follicle or strand and in the follicle and getting jammed in there and on your scalp and whatever. And it may not happen quickly, but over time, it gets worse and worse and worse. And that's why you find when people use, stuff that's cheaper and lower grade, like this and like this and like this. And apparently in this case, DevaCurl products, and we can talk, again, I'm not trying to bash them. I'm trying to tell you what I know from being in this industry and what I'm seeing is that you can use these lower quality ingredients and nobody knows until something happens. So anyway, we see a lot of this now with our trichoscope, especially the last couple months, because we're able to examine. We know when people are coming in and saying, I'm only using this brand. They say it's water soluble and won't cause any buildup because it's curly girl friendly, but you're telling me my scalp is this and this and this. Yep, we sure are. And we can show it to you live. We can literally, we have like a monitor that's like about this big, and as we're looking at your scalp and your hair and whatever, you're looking at it too, and we can show you. So what I'm trying to tell you in a very roundabout way is that ingredients matter. We've been talking about this since the day we founded Raw Curls and the day that we started the podcast as well. Ingredient quality matters. It makes a lot of difference. So you may not think that, buying a $20 bottle of a cleanser for curly hair, is worth it compared to, buying another one that might be, let's say $10 or $12 or whatever. But it does. But it matters over time. And what may very well be happening with the DevaCurl products is exactly this. You think you're using really good quality products with really good quality ingredients, but they may not be. They may not be. Now, again, like I said, I'm not trying to push my products on you, but we use 70 to 100, depending on the product, 70 and 100% organic ingredients, certified organic ingredients. Whoops, says so right on the label. There's a reason that we do that. And the reason that we do that is because we never get any of these problems. There's never, ever been a report of hair loss, or bleeding scalp or flaking scalp or anything that you hear. I'm not just talking about DevaCurl, but other brands. And it's because we use really high quality, food grade, certified organic ingredients. So anyway, that's really the main thing that you need to understand is the why. So how did you get to this point? Now, I know there's been a lot of discussion about, did DevaCurl change the ingredients when they sold or this and that? I don't know. All I can look at is results and tell you what I see and how to fix it. And that's what I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you how do you fix this problem now that you understand why it's happening. Okay, so now we're at the heart of the video, and now this is where the rubber meets the road. How do you fix it? And I'm going to show you exactly how I believe you should fix it. Now, if you've got rashes and a bloody scalp and this and that, whatever, see a doctor. Before you do any of this, see a doctor. If you think you've got a problem that's bad enough, see a doctor. Don't skip that step. And I want to make sure that everybody knows that. But let's just assume you're past that point, or you haven't gotten to that point, hopefully. What do you do? Now, I could go into a whole lot more detail, but because I don't know everybody's situation, I'm going to give you the real basics. Now, I'm going to talk about the Raw Curls product line. And as I said before, I don't care if you never buy my products ever. I don't care. I'm not trying to sell them to you now. I'm just going to talk about them in this explanation because I know them. That's all. Again, like I said before, if 1,000 women watch this video and spend $20, it ain't going to change my life. It's not. Let's be clear about that. But I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And actually, some of these products that I'm going to talk about here, I don't manufacture. I'm going to have them on my website now so you guys can buy them to use them, but you can buy them anywhere, and I'm going to tell you about that as we go on. So anyway, just so we're clear. All right, so what do? How do you clear this up? Well, you've got to start from the beginning. You've got to make the commitment, and you've got to start with a clean slate. And you need to understand right from the start, this is not going to happen overnight. In other words, you didn't get where you are with your alleged DevaCurl issue. Again, I keep saying alleged because I don't need the, you get it. But you need to start from the beginning. And what's going on with your hair and your scalp now didn't happen overnight. It took a long time of you using the products. So in other words, the solution that I'm going to give you for this is not going to, in 2 or 3 days, it's not going to fix it and it's all going to be wonderful again. It's going to take time. And it's just like, you know, years ago, I used to be a big fat guy. And I woke up one day and said, I don't want to be a big fat guy anymore. And I didn't just for 2 or 3 days start eating a salad and drinking some water and taking a dog for a walk, and then in 3 days say, I'm done with this healthy living thing, it's not working, I'm still a big fat guy. It took a long time. It took months and months of continually doing the right things, eating the right things, not eating the wrong things, and having a regimen and sticking to it. And then the results showed, and here I am now, not a big fat guy anymore, and I haven't been forever because I never went back to those bad habits. Same thing with this hair thing. So again, I'm going to give you some general starts. I'm going to assume that you probably have some residue, maybe buildup, but probably some residue, but you need to start from the beginning. And what we do to get people to start at the beginning is a couple of things. Now, this is one of the things that we sell a lot of in the salon. This is something I don't manufacture. We just use it because it's a really good quality product. It's called Malibu Sea Undo Goo. It's about 15 or 16 bucks. We have it on our website if you want to buy it. It's rawhairorganics.com. I'll put a link in the description. But you want to start with this to clarify. They also make a product that works really good if you have hard water, and it's I can't remember the name of it, but it's a Malibu Sea. I can't remember, but it's a mineral thing or whatever. It's also on the site. It's like the same money. It's like 15 or 16 bucks. Start using this to clarify, because you want to get your scalp clean, and it may take more than one wash. It may take more than 2 washes, but you're going to know it when your hair feels kind of stripped in a way, clean. It's going to feel really clean. And get at your scalp, get down to your scalp, get your scalp clean, get all this off, and take the time to do it right. So anyway, that's the start. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to deep condition, and you're going to want to do that right away. What's a deep condition? Well, you would use, like, for example, the Raw Curls organic conditioner for curly hair with the anti-frizz molecule in it. And this is something that's really, really thick and really, really high quality. It's 70% organic and 100% natural, I believe. You're going to want to put this on your hair and let it sit for a while, maybe half an hour. It's really thick. Typically when you would use this as a daily conditioner, you would you'd use a lot of water with it because it's very concentrated. But at this point, you're really going to want to deep condition this well. So you're going to want to do this once or twice and really help to bring your hair back. Now that you've got this clean slate, the other thing you have to remember related to that clean slate is that when you use a conditioner or a product that's a natural and organic product that's really clean like Raw Curls is, it's different. A product like DevaCurl doesn't, for the most part, it makes your hair, and this is most products, they make your hair feel nice and smooth and, and look really pretty by laying on the outside of your hair, being on the outside of your hair. This product, Raw Curls product, is different. It heals the hair from the inside. So in other words, it penetrates it and it heals it from the inside, and that's why it takes a while to get better. That's why it doesn't happen overnight. It's not like waxing a car with wax and then the car is beautiful as soon as you do it. This works from the underside and comes out. So the more you use it, the better it gets. Now, we've got a number of Facebook groups, and one of them is the Curly Girls support group on Facebook. There's close to 100,000 women in there. There's thousands and thousands who use the Raw Curls products, especially like the anti-frizz organic conditioner. And they'll tell you, I see story after story all the time, is that people say, yeah, the first time I used it, I hated it. The second time I used it was a little bit better. But then once I got a couple weeks in, I realized what it was doing. And now my hair's never been better. And I'll never change to anything else. Again, I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm trying to get you to understand the difference between products that sit on your hair and ones that penetrate inside and work from the inside out. So ultimately, something like this, even though it's going to be more expensive than something like this, the long-term value, because it's not a bottle full of water, it's concentrated, and because it's such high quality, it's going to last a ton longer. And it's going to be much more effective. You're going to use less, you're going to use more water with it because it's concentrated, ends up being a better value, over time. So you've got the deep conditioning done, you've got your hair detoxed, clarified, whichever word you want to use. Now you've got to start your daily routines. So your daily routine would be with something like this, a Raw Curls organic cleanser. It's 100% natural. I think it's 70% organic off the top of my head. It's a real gentle cleanser, but believe it or not, it lathers without sulfates. And I won't tell you why, because it's a trademark technique. So you actually do get a lather. It's kind of neat, but a lot of people use sulfate-free products, miss the lather. Well, I got it for you. So you're going to use this. You're going to make sure you get your scalp. Get your scalp clean. You got to get your scalp clean. You got to keep those follicles breathing, for lack of a better word. Then the conditioner again, lots of water. You don't need a lot, unless you've got a lot of hair, a quarter size, or a little bit more maybe, with a lot of water. Works really, really well. And then depending on your, if you use styling products, you would use like the Raw Curls anti-frizz spray next after that. That's another, uses a patented anti-frizz molecule in it, just like the conditioner does, but it's concentrated. And then you'd put your gel on like this. This is a, what is this, 70? Yeah, no, it's 99.7% natural, 70% organic gel, firm hold, medium hold gel, or a mousse, or an organic mousse. Whatever the heck you use for your styling products, then you do your stylers. So that's how you would do it. And again, these are all products that penetrate. So they're going to heal from the inside out. Give it a month. Give it a month. And like I said, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm trying to give you the answer. Now, if you want to try and get started, we sell a 4-pack and a 5-pack starter kit of 2-ounce bottles. And you might think if you use something like this, or even DevaCurl products, that aren't as concentrated as these, you might look at these little, 2 3-ounce bottles. No, they're 3-ounce bottles. You might look at them, or 3.4 ounce. What are they? 3 ounce. I forget. Travel. You might look at them and say, "Oh God, that's going to last one wash." I've heard people getting 3, washes out of these, and the anti-frizz spray can last even longer. But anyway, we got 3-packs and 4-packs. They're cheap. They're anywhere between $29 and $35, something like that. It's a really good start. At least that way you can try it. And it comes with a sheet of instructions and whatever, and it comes just in a pack like this. You can find it on the website as well. I'll put a link to it as well. There's going to be a lot of links in there. So that'll get you started. That will get you a healthy scalp and healthy hair. As I said, I'm not trying to sell you anything. If anything, do this so you can get healthy exactly how I explained this to you, so you can get your hair and your scalp healthy again. And then, who knows? I mean, the whole Diva thing might go away, or something might change. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not pointing fingers. And if you really like DevaCurl and maybe their style or whatever the heck, then go back to them. But at least, start with this stuff, and get your hair healthy again. And, you go back to Diva or whatever the heck you want. But I mean, you'll at least get started. This will get the problem solved. Nobody else has been telling you that. I don't know why, but that's why I put together this video. So Feel free, comment below if you've got questions. If you got negative comments, I'm not interested. I don't want to hear them. I'm just going to delete them anyway, so don't waste your time. And anyway, check it out, rawhairorganics.com. And also, if you'd like, we have one of the largest curly-haired Facebook groups, the Curly Girls Support Group on Facebook. There's lots and lots of women on there, almost 100,000, I think, that we interact with on a daily basis, as do us here at Raw Curls. We're in there all the time answering your questions. So anyway, good luck. And like I said, persistence is the key. Just keep doing the right things, and trust me, a couple of months from now, you'll look back and you'll be like, yep, that guy was right. So anyway, good luck.